Okay. There we go. So come on, people. Do you want me to try one? Gotta try one. Lisa, you want to try one with me?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Hey, hi, I'm Amy Roloff, and I'm in my little kitchen. So, welcome. I hope we have a good time because guess what? We're gonna make something that's sweet, that's good, and to tell you the truth, it's probably gonna be one of my first or second time making this, and I have no idea why it's taken me so long. But we are making red velvet cupcakes with a, hopefully, fluffy cream cheese frosting. I think red velvet has always, been around for quite some time now, but it really became a thing about maybe, I don't know, 5, maybe 10 years ago. I mean, suddenly I'm seeing them all over the place, recipes and, people doing different things with red velvet. I like red velvet because it's got a different take than your yellow chocolate spice white cake. And everyone made it seem so complicated, and it probably really intimidated me in even doing red velvet because I'm much more of a cook than I am a baker, and it's probably why I don't get into a lot of fancy baking because I still got a lot to learn when it comes to that. So anyway, we're gonna make red velvet cupcake. Now if I can memorize all these directions or the ingredients, I will give it a shot. I'm hoping not to have to use my glasses. But I have I guess I do. Oh yeah, by the way, I gotta tell you about this because you know what, come on. I love this item over at amyroloffslittlekitchen.com. Look at this. This is like a book stand, a cookbook stand. It holds your iPad, your phone, a cookbook, my paper recipes. This one I just got done doing was pizza meatloaf. So I'm gonna put my red velvet cupcake, white frosting. It does stay on there. Believe me, it does. It really does. I just have to send the paper. What? Lisa's laughing at me over there. Anyway, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen because I'd like to be in your kitchen. I want to see what you're doing. And it's so nice because this little board comes out and you can use it for a quick little charcuterie board, or if you don't need the stand, you can cut on this to get a quick little cutting board or whatever. But anyway, it is hearty. We have this made for us within the United States, and I use this all the time now. Anyway, I deviated. Sorry about that, people. So let's get going on the recipes. I have 1 1/3 cup of cake flour. I typically don't use cake flour, but because I haven't made this recipe often, I'm gonna do it with cake flour. If you don't have cake flour or don't wanna do it, then what you do is take 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour. Take out, I looked this up online. I think it's 2 tablespoons of flour, but you might want to go online and verify because I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 tablespoons of flour. You take that out and then you replace it with cornstarch, and that helps lower the protein level because the less protein, your cupcakes are more fluffier, they're not as dense and stuff like that. But I chose to use cake flour for this. So 1 1/3 cups of cake flour. Cocoa, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon. Now, if you want a little more of a chocolatey flavor to it, I would say go 1 tablespoon to 1 1/2 teaspoons, or maybe 2 teaspoons. But I don't know, you want it red velvet. You don't want a really dark red velvet, unless that's your preference. But I would leave it, what I have here, a tablespoon to plus 1 teaspoon, or no more than 2 teaspoons. Anyway, this is basic cocoa. I did not use the special dark, which I prefer the most, because like I said, I want the more red velvet and not chocolatey red velvet. Anyway, one and 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, a dash of salt here. I'm gonna cut up the butter, 5 tablespoons of butter, unsalted. I've got 2/3 cup of sugar, 2 large eggs, room temp. Aren't I getting better at this, you guys? 1/3 cup of oil. The store, believe it or not, the store did not have buttermilk. Thank God I usually make my own buttermilk often enough. So I couldn't get it. So I took 1/2 cup of buttermilk, added a couple of teaspoons or something like that of lemon juice. Of course, you don't want to add too much lemon juice or you got a lemony flavor baked item. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I just pour some in there. Now 1/3 little teaspoon of white vinegar. That helps with the texture of the cupcake, but also helps with maybe not having as dense of a cupcake. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Lisa put it somewhere.
What are you looking for?
Red food coloring.
Oh, right here.
Oh, see, she was hiding it on me,
Hiding
people.
it.
I should have bought the more liquid red food coloring, but all I had in my pantry was the gel. So anyway, we're gonna try it with gel. So let's get the cake batter going. I went ahead, or the cupcake batter. This is debatable, but because I'm doing a video on this, I decided not to use the cupcake liners, but feel free to use the cupcake liners. They're perfectly fine. So I just lightly greased my cupcake muffin tin, and we're just gonna pour the batter in there and hope for the best. Okay, now the first thing we are going to do, whoa, I forgot which lever. First thing we're gonna do is cream our butter, so. I just washed my cutting board, so. I gotta get something out of the oven first, so hang on.
I thought you were gonna stop the camera.
No, we'll just edit it. We'll just redo that little part when we get back to the meatloaf thing.
The meatloaf is gonna pop behind your head out of nowhere though.
Well, it doesn't matter, I have to have it on here.
Can you put it in the other oven, the cold oven?
No, because they're both heating up. I want preheated ovens.
Oh.
That's fine. I think that's easy, so I can pop on it.
Okay, so I need 5 tablespoons of, so it's like 1 tablespoon more than, it's a little less than half a cup. Okay, so we're gonna cream the butter first. I don't know, 5 tablespoons doesn't seem that much, does it? Well, it might be because we're also using canola oil. So we're gonna make sure that this is all creamed. All right, then we are going to add, I don't know why I don't have this recipe memorized well enough. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add the sugar. I knew I missed this step. We're gonna get back to it. We're gonna go ahead and add the sugar. I don't think my kitchen is as room temperature as I would like. So we're just gonna let this go probably a little longer than I typically would like. But by doing this will help, kind of warm up the butter a little bit so it's able to incorporate the sugar and get it all smooth. But the step that I forgot, hopefully you can still hear me, the step I forgot was to mix the dry ingredients. So we're gonna take the flour, dump in the cocoa, dump in the baking powder, and we're gonna go ahead and add in a pinch of salt. Okay. We're just gonna whisk this together, or just use a fork. Make sure it's all incorporated. Oh yeah, it's coming along, I think. I think I might have to scrape the sugar and the butter down a little bit, but okay, we have our dry ingredients. Multitasking here, people. Okay, we're just gonna give this one little additional mix. I sometimes don't like talking over over the mixer because I'm not quite sure how it sounds on a video. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add in the eggs. And we're gonna do that one at a time. Lisa's laughing at me over on the side here because the shell missed my garbage bowl. She's so funny. I'm gonna mix that in a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay. I should have, my house is not that warm. I really don't like microwaving the butter to soften it up because it breaks down the milk solids and everything and you don't get a good, but it's happening now. Whew! It is happening. I'm gonna do the other egg. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can make it in my garbage bowl over here. Woohoo! Woohoo! I'll allow her to laugh at me once. Then everything on for that. Okay, we've got the eggs in there. We're creaming the butter and the sugar mixture. I just want to make sure I have it in the right order for you guys. Because I think when it comes to baking, there's some baking recipes that it's best to add things in layers. And then even the wet ingredients. And then the dry ingredients to incorporate that. So that's why I really want to make sure I get it down for you guys. Okay, then we're going to add, oops. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to get that a little more fluffier here. It's just taking a little bit longer because my butter wasn't as room temperature as I would like it. So I want to make sure the sugar and the eggs are still incorporated into the butter. Other than that, this is not as complicated as of a recipe for red velvet as I had thought so many years, because it just seemed like everyone was stressing over the red velvet, and I'm still not quite sure what the issue may have been. So we'll see how these turn out. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add in the buttermilk. The oil, I don't know, my arm was probably in my face. Maybe that's a good thing. Oh. We're just gonna add in a little bit of vanilla. And the main ingredient is the food coloring. Oh dear. Let me make sure this is all getting to the butter. Okay. Just gonna put this on a little bit higher of the speed. There we go. I'll be back. Okay, how are we doing? Let's see. Whoa. We're going full speed, people. Okay, let me see how this goes. Wouldn't you know it, I don't make this recipe often. And my butter wasn't quite the room temperature that I would like it. So, with that being said, as some of my daughter-in-laws would tell me, Amy, what are you doing? It's gonna taste great. You always say something like that with any dish you bring over for us. Well, maybe because I know all the stuff that's been involved, and I'm like, I'm not sure how this tastes. To me, it tastes okay, but how does everyone else think? Okay, just a few more minutes, you guys. If you really have room temperature butter, this would not take as long. I'm just trying to rectify something that should have been. Okay, we're gonna go slowly add in the butter. I mean the dry ingredients. Oh no, red food coloring. Okay, I might need glasses for this. Oh, and just to let you know, you guys, Lisa and we have our Donna, who helps with our, on these recipes, who helps with photography and video, plus Naveed, who's behind the scenes. Just to let you know, for these kind of videos, I have a team, like, kind of with me. So, I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, the food coloring. I wanted to make sure all the stuff was off the side. Okay, so, how much food coloring did I say? 1 tablespoon. Well, that would probably be better if it was liquid. So, we're just gonna squeeze some in here. I want red. I don't want pink. So we're just gonna give this a moment.
Looking pretty pink there, Amy.
I know. I think I need more. I think the cocoa will help a little bit with it getting darker. Whoa, look at that. Oh dear. I think this is the most complicated part of this recipe. Some of the food coloring went all over the beater and not in with the mixture. Okay. I'm gonna get my glasses on. I just want a little more. Okay. We're gonna go with this. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the dry ingredients. Okay. There we go. Isn't it so funny? I'm timing when I dump it in, depending on where the beater is. All right. Okay. Now the only reason this took a little bit longer was because my butter was not as room temperature as I would like. So in my opinion, it was just a little bit not as soft as I would like it. So I think because of that, you've got to just beat the butter a little bit longer with the sugar on a higher speed than normal. So, anyway. Okay. So definitely, yes, 1 tablespoon of red food coloring. That's what it'll take. All right. And if you guys have seen my other videos, I really like to scrape off every little bit because I think there's way too much left in the bowl, on the beater, that could maybe make up another cupcake. Oh. Okay. See, even getting it off the spatula. That's how I roll, people. Here we go. Okay. Oops, forgot this stuff. Okay, so here we go, people. Let's hope for the best. I fill them about 2/3 full. I don't know if you want that either flat or somewhat dome shape. I definitely don't want it and yeah, tell you the truth, I have never really used, the cookie, thing, squeezer thing for cookies or any of that. I've always used a spoon. I mean, it's always seemed to work for me, but I know if you want consistency, that is probably the better route to go. I don't know, I just thought you lose so much batter or something. Okay, let's swing this pan around. See, I like to scrape the bowl. Oops. I forgot to fill the rest of this one up. You know what I'm going to do here? I think I have room for one more. I'm going to get my cupcake liners. Where'd they go?
Behind the mixer.
I couldn't see it. Because look at how tall the mixer is. Okay. I'm going to clean up the sides of that here in a minute. Okay. One thing I forgot to do, because it's just one cupcake, sometimes what I do too, if I'm using cupcake liners, I'll lightly spray it with a cooking spray, because sometimes when you try and take the liner off of a cupcake, it sticks and you lose some of it. And so by spraying it, all the cupcake comes off. So if you want to give that a try, go ahead and give that a try. Okay. I don't want to dirty this up so much. I'm just going to wipe the edges off a little bit here. Because I got a little sloppy, and you're right. Maybe why using a scooper is better. But hey, why make it easy on myself? Huh? Okay, I'm just going to lightly bang. And what I'm doing there is trying to get all the air pockets out as best I can. So, people, this is going in a 375 degree oven. You can bake them maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Oops, I tilted it too much. Of course, if you want to test it out, use a toothpick to make sure they're all done. So about 15 to 18, maybe 20 minutes at the most, because you don't want to dry out your cupcake. So these are red velvet cupcakes, and while these are baking, we're going to go ahead and make a fluffy cream cheese frosting. Woohoo!
So were they as difficult as you thought they were?
This recipe wasn't as difficult as I thought it was. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to figure out the temperature of my home, because my butter, I can leave butter out for days and it's still hard. And so, you don't want a really soft butter to the point that it's so soft that the milk solids have kind of dissipate a little bit. So I have to find a way to soften up the butter without exactly doing it in the microwave or something, because sometimes doing it in the microwave, it'll soften a lot, parts of the butter, but not evenly, for the whole stick. So anyway, that's the only part that took long, was trying to cream that butter in a way that I like. So we'll see. So hey, if you guys hear some chopping noise, I'm having Lisa prep the next recipe that I'm going to do after this. Let me check this oven to see about my cupcakes. Okay. I know you guys probably know how to do this, but I don't have toothpicks on hand. So I take a very sharp knife and I just do a little indent in there. It came out clean, so guess what? Come on, guess what that means? My cupcakes are ready to be taken out of the oven. So we're gonna put that little baby there. And I think these cupcakes, because I only filled them about 2/3, that tells me I overflowed in my cupcakes. because they're like much more flat. But these have a nice little dome on it. I'm really excited about that. So we're just gonna set them over there, let them cool for a little bit. And because of time, I'm just gonna spread the frosting on the cupcake. So I'm gonna try and not have as stiff of a frosting, but I would love to do a piping and have a you know, kind of like a little fancier tip to make that little swirl of a frosting. But because of time, unfortunately, I'm not gonna make it as pretty as I would like. But let's get going. I've already creamed the butter here. We're gonna go ahead and add in the cream cheese. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and add in a little bit of vanilla. A little more dash of a splash. I'm gonna go ahead and add in just a little bit of salt. That'll kind of break down the over sweetness of the frosting and just really enhance the flavor in a different way. And then we're just gonna make sure that salt gets incorporated in here. We're gonna start our mixer. So we're gonna really cream the cream cheese, the butter, the vanilla. And once that is done, we'll slowly add in the powdered sugar. Did I get everything? Salt, vanilla, cream cheese, salt. Oh, I'm getting better at this. Or at least I'm trying to. Tell you the truth, guys, I'm really probably a messy cook. I have everything right here. I don't clean as much as I should as I go from one stage of the recipe to the next, especially when they're two complete different stages. So anyway, okay, this is looking good. Got it on low at first. This is about, how much powdered sugar? About 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. I have almost 3 in here just in case. And a lot of that has to do with if you want a stiff frosting. If you want a stiff frosting or a softer one. But of course you want your frosting to hold up. I'm going to use this little scraper here just to make sure I have the stuff from the bottom. Okay. Yeah, all that chopping behind or in the background that you may hear, Lisa's my sous chef. So she's chopping the ends off of the green beans. I always do that to my fresh green beans because I don't know, they just don't look great, and I don't know, it's just a thing I have. I want to chop the ends off. I'm going to add in a couple more scoops. Like I said, I had 3 cups of powdered sugar in here, and I think this is going to be it. Okay, people, you want to know what that big noise was about? I thought this little, spreader thing for the frosting was right on top of my whole utensil drawer. If Chris and I are ever to find that other home that we'd like to move into, we love this home here. It's a great home, but I really want to design a kitchen that has compartments for everything and easily reachable for me, and kind of a little more organized. But anyway, That's for another time. Okay. I think I might want, this might be a little too soft. I think I'm gonna add in a little more powdered sugar. Hopefully Lisa won't be mad at me. I gave her a tedious job.
I'll trade it for a scoop of frosting.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Let's give Lisa a scoop of frosting for her reward.
Just for that.
You're going to have to come over here and share the beans, but we'll share the beans later. All right. Okay, sorry about that, people. Just a little bit more. I might take all three. So I would use anywhere from, depending, 2.5 to 3 cups of powdered sugar. All right. I'll be honest with y'all. I am so tempted to lick this. But I'm going to use my batter thing that I'm going to get rid of as my taste tester. Because guess what? I have another one of these and I could go get it and add more. But here I go. Let's see here. Yeah, you want to taste?
Just a taste.
You got to get over here, Lisa. They don't see you. She was back in the background doing my beans. Ooh.
Yummy.
Not bad, huh?
Okay, I'll use my other finger.
There we go.
Mmm.
All right.
Good job.
Okay.
Yummy.
I thought putting the cupcakes on here would go a little better because instead of a tier one, because you can see them all. And I've got a cover for these. Oh yeah, see? I don't think I filled these up as well, but
Those look delicious.
well, I should have filled each one a little bit higher. I would like taller cupcakes, but that's okay. Okay, so here we go. Okay, sorry about that, peoples. I had to go take care of something with these little fellas. Okay, here we go. Like I said, I would like a piping bag on these. So if you have one at home, definitely take the time to do it. Because I wanted it easily spreadable. Okay, guys, 2 more to go. Okay. There we go. Guess what else I'm gonna do here? Did I not get out the sprinkles?
I didn't see sprinkles.
Okay, one thing that you could do with these cupcakes is if you got an extra cupcake, which I did, but I didn't want to do it on this, you can break up that cupcake a little bit and just do little sprinkles with, you know, a red velvet actual cupcake, or I'm just going to do a little bit of just red sprinkles on these. Like I mentioned, because of the time that I have right now, I'm just doing it. I didn't pipe the frosting. Okay. There we go. So come on, people, do you want me to try one? Gotta try one. Lisa, you want to try one with me?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, you want to get your own?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
You're like offering me one and then you didn't give me one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stay
Down.
baby. Stay down, good girl. Okay, cheers.
Gotta train that dog. Yeah, you're right. I offered you one.
I'm like, okay, I'll just sit here and watch you eat one. Okay, that's good.
Oh, people, I've been cooking all day. I think my brain has gone somewhere else. Okay, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. I like this.
So good.
Well, I wish you could taste one, but you can. You can make these. Go to Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, make this recipe, and you can share it with your friends, family, whatever it may be. But these are really good cupcakes.
Excellent. They're very light and fluffy. They're not a heavy cupcake, but they have really good flavor. They're not like just cocoa-y. They're
So, I don't know whether we should continue eating or what. Anyway, thank you for joining me at Amy Roloff's, well, My Little Kitchen. But check out this recipe and all the other recipes over at amyroloffslittlekitchen.com. I'd love for you to subscribe and check out the website, amyjroloff.com. And you can find a bunch of info, so many more recipes, and find out the new things that I'm doing. But anyway, red velvet cupcake with fluffy cream cheese frosting. I hope you give it a try.
Cheers.